Hey, Shelly. Hey, Holly. Did you end up having a bad dream, Holly? Hey, Buttercup. Hey, Uncle Buck. I mean, I don't know that there's much point in suing me, Holly. I mean, I've got no money, so. You want the seal plush? Nope. I can't be. I cannot be held liable for the uh, mental and emotional well-being for the people in my chat. Sound like food? This, I mean, it's all the way over there. The big one's all the way over there. I don't feel like getting up, so you can see this one where it's sitting. The best I can do because I don't feel like getting up. Hey, Tony. So look for a sandwich. I can't even do that much for you. I got no sandwich fixins. Hey, Catherine. Spaghetti Loops, go fund me. Yeah, might be what we need to do. Let's Spirited Away. Animated movie. My work week turned into a monster. Fair enough, fair enough. Worn my shirt. Yeah, I got a couple shirts that I could have worn. I didn't think of it. Hey, Tendies. Thought of it too late. Hey, Laura Stevenson. Spirited Away is an animated movie. It's an anime. Really, really good movie. So good it won an Oscar, and the Oscars do not care for anime. In general, so a lot of people, like a lot of Oscar voters, outright admit to not watching the animated films. They'll just come out and say that they don't watch them. So, like, they'll just vote for whatever the fucking Disney movie was that year. Or Pixar. They don't like comedy either. Yeah. Yeah, but even like the Oscars have a category for, best animated feature. And they basically always just vote for whatever the biggest animated film that year was. There's only a requirement for that to watch the movie to vote. I think so. Yeah, I think they just. Yeah, I mean, like, I think they brought that in. I'm pretty sure they did bring that in. I know for a long time they didn't. I think they do now. Yeah, it meant that a lot of years the award for Best Animated Feature went to a movie that was absolutely not the best animated feature of the year. Buffering circle. Is it buffering for anyone else? So I guess just on your end, Holly. Love this. Suit sprites. Yeah. The suit sprites were cute, yeah. Hey, Donna. So yeah, Spirited Away. I mean, it was popular. Like, it was a pretty successful movie. Spirited Away was definitely one of the bigger animated movies of that year. Even so, that movie Leo got an Oscar for was shit. Yeah, the Oscars do love to be like, well, it's this person's turn. Hi, strawberries. What other anime movies did come out in 2001? I want to see what it was up against. So 2002 was up against. So apparently keeping my Vagisil in the fridge next to expired deli meat was a bad idea. Yeah, seems likely. So yeah, the it was up against Ice Age, Lilo and Stitch, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, and Treasure Planet. So yeah, that Spirit movie, yeah, I mean that was not gonna win. Treasure Planet, people liked it well enough. but it did end up being a box office failure. Is there a heat wave in Canada? 22 today. Shrek is one of the best movies ever. So yeah, like Treasure Planet ended up making less than its budget. It had somewhat mixed reviews. So really, like Spirited Away, the main competition for Spirited Away, Ice Age and Lilo and Stitch, which were both hugely successful movies, hugely popular movies. Lilo and Stitch was good, but then so yeah, Spirited Away, it was that said, Spirited Away was also hugely popular. Biggest box office of all of them. Lilo and Stitch was cute, but man, in comparison, Spirited Away did actually have the most biggest box office out of all 5 of the nominees for best animated film that year. Any big plans? Nope. But yeah, after that, it was just whatever was popular. Yeah, 2005, Oscar went, the best animated feature went to Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, beating out Howl's Moving Castle. (2007) Ratatouille won over fucking Persepolis. Persepolis! You're gonna tell me Ratatouille was a better film than Persepolis? Fuck you. I haven't even seen either of those movies. I haven't seen either movie. And I can guarantee you Persepolis is a better movie. Is more deserving. Ratatouille looks like a good, fun movie. Ratatouille looks like a great, thoroughly enjoyable family film. But Persepolis looks fucking amazing. Where's my order? No idea. Hasn't shipped yet. WALL-E winning in 2008, fine. Up winning in 2009, fucking whatever. Everybody loved Up. People would have been upset if Up didn't win because it got so much. People loved that one so much. Toy Story 3 beating out How to Train Your Dragon. I don't know. Rango winning in 2011. Really? Although, frankly, the competition that year did seem to be a bit weak. But like that movie Rango didn't really look all that great. Big Hero 6 in 2014. Like, fuck you. I watched Big Hero 6. I liked Big Hero 6. I thought it was a good movie. Best animated movie of the year? Fuck you. Especially when at the competition, The Tale of the Princess Kaguya? Maybe the most visually stunning of all of Ghibli's films, which is saying a lot. Want to hear a creepy story? The Box Trolls, I know nothing about. Song of the Sea, I know nothing about. But I'd be willing to bet that both of them are better than fucking Big Hero 6, which, again, was a fun movie. But Jesus Christ, you want to call that the best fucking animated movie of the year? Christ, no. I don't even need to watch any of the other films in that year to know that there's a very high likelihood that all three of the other movies nominated were probably, or like that all the other movies nominated that year were probably better than fucking Big Hero 6. Jesus fucking Christ, how does that one win a fucking Oscar? The Big Les Show? I haven't. When I was a kid, my parents thought it'd be hilarious to put a life-size cardboard cutout of Woody up to my bedroom at Christmas. Terrified me. Of course, they denied it ever happened. They did give The Boy and the Heron Best Animated in 2023 because they'd spent the past 20 years being called out for not, for like overlooking anime. They spent 20 years being told, dudes, seriously? So in 2023, they're like, fine, we'll give Miyazaki another Oscar. And then I'm sure they've gone back to ignoring anime since then. K-pop Demon Hunters, yeah, I mean that one's obvious. There's there was no way it was going to go to anything else because that movie was genuinely great. Like it was a phenomenon, cultural phenomenon, but it was also a really great, well-made movie. So yeah, that one, sure. Flow. Well, I mean, there's a cat on the poster, so and seems to be about animals. Yeah, follows a cat trying to survive along with other animals in a seemingly post-apocalyptic world as the water level tremendous. I mean, to be fair, I don't need to see you don't need to see any of the other movies that year. Of course, that one's gonna win. How are you not gonna vote for the movie about a cat? Right? Or watch Esmond Hotel. I absolutely love it. I will say, 2023, The Boy and the Heron beat out Elemental. Oh, actually, Elemental wasn't. Yeah, Elemental actually I think did get generally like yeah, it was okay. But um, it beat out Across the Spider Verse and Nimona. And Nimona was fucking amazing. Like honestly, any other year, Nimona would have deserved it. Nimona deserved it over Across the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse did win when it came out in 2018. So Into the Spider-Verse won its year. In 2023, The Boy and the Heron beat Across the Spider-Verse, which is correct. Which is the correct choice. You love the movie Aristocats? As good as Across the Spider-Verse was, I do kind of think that The Boy and the Heron deserved it. And if it wasn't going to be The Boy and the Heron, Nimona. God, Nimona was so good. The Last Unicorn. Yeah, I watched that as an adult. I did not much care for it. Would have to respectfully disagree. You understand the introduction over continuation? Have I ever tried an almond? Maybe? I don't know if I've ever had an almond. Done such an amazing job with the series. He really is Spooderman. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Across the Spider-Verse is a great movie. And like phenomenal and like the animation in it. Like they did some mind-blowing shit with the animation in that one. Thing is, The Boy and the Heron is the better movie, the better story. Like The Boy and the Heron is the better story. Would I be open to trying an almond? I mean, probably. I've never had anything against nuts. Um, and I would say Nimona is also a better story. You've had something against nuts. Fancy Advent Children. So must think Master Predator. Sure. But I mean, you don't really give Oscars for potential stories. You know? These lips. Ignoring kimchi's. Yeah, I doubt I would enjoy kimchi. Doesn't seem like something I would enjoy. Sure, right, yeah, I'm just saying, like, they can't just be like, yeah, when judging Across the Spider-Verse, they can't take into account something that isn't in that movie, you know? They had to judge that movie based on what it contains itself. And that means that, The Boy and the Heron and Nimona both have better stories than Across the Spider-Verse. Which is not a knock against Across the Spider-Verse. It's just those two movies are fucking incredible. Good night, Holly. I would not be surprised if the next Spider-Verse movie does win Best Animated Feature. Because it's going to be a hugely popular movie. It's going to make a lot of money. And when it comes to the animated features, the Academy usually does go with whatever was popular. I said the animation in those films is really good. It is really interesting animation. They make use of some really interesting techniques. And all the other factors are all really good. The voice acting, great, stories are generally pretty good. Are good. Everything about those movies is good. Honestly, your probably favorite new character introduction over the last 20 years. I remain partial to Kamala. No. Kamala Khan. Ms. Marvel. Needs to spend more time at school. I mean, Marvel seems to have moved away from, or at least Marvel did seem to be moving away from civilian supporting cast in general. I don't know if they've started going back to it, but I haven't heard anything. Nothing I've heard suggests that they've started getting back to human supporting casts. I was complaining about Marvel moving away from supporting casts, or from human supporting casts specifically. nothing I've heard indicates that that has improved in any way. Market will dictate. We'll see. No one wants to sell shit no one wants to buy. Sam, they're up. They can do the rest of them. Yeah. And you know, Marvel's new editor-in-chief is Stephen Wacker, a guy who a lot of people think is has a large part to play in like the state of modern Spider-Man. So, yeah. Most people think he's sort of fucked over Spider-Man and he just got promoted. If they start listening, I guess it's... Stephen Wacker and Dan Slott both seem to fall into the if people are angry, that means they're talking about it. That means they care sort of attitude. If people are angry, that means they care. An angry sale is still a sale. That sort of mindset. If the content is shit, it won't sell. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man's always going to sell. Like, that's the thing. Amazing Spider-Man will always sell well. Because it's Amazing Spider-Man. The people who've been buying the book for 40 years are going to keep buying it because they've been buying it for 40 years. And people who are new to comics, that's the one they're going to go with because it's Spider-Man. Companies always want to beat their numbers year over year. People are moving away from superhero movies. little bit, though. We're talking. Catherine and I are talking about the comics right now rather than the movies. That said, yeah, it's as far as the movies go. I think there is a degree of fatigue. People will go to watch the movies that look interesting, but I think the era of you know new Marvel movie must see might be over. As far as the comics go, though, yeah, I mean, every so often I look through Marvel's solicitations. They need to cut their line. They publish like 100 comics a month. They are competing with themselves at this point. Like, never mind DC, Image, Dark Horse, Boom, Dynamite, never mind all the other publishers out there. I feel like Marvel, because they publish so much, actually ends up competing with themselves even more than they compete with any of the other publishers. You know, Marvel fans are going to pick up Marvel comics, but because they're putting out 100 comics a month, no one can afford to buy 100 comics a month from one publisher. Penguin was such a good series. So instead, they just, people mostly just go towards the comics that have existed since the 60s and 70s. Those are the only ones that sell, are the comics that have existed for 60 years already. If I were put in charge of Marvel, I would probably cut the line by like half. You know, sucks for the creators because a lot of people you know wouldn't be able to have as many hire as many people, but I'd probably cut like half the line. Keep the must-have comics. Amazing Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Avengers, Uncanny X-Men, Wolverine, I guess. Can't cancel Wolverine, so I have to keep that fucker around. Keep all those like necessary comics. What, maybe like 20 of those? And then like 20 to 30 sort of other things. Also, with fewer comics, I'd increase the pay of the remaining creators. Because page rates haven't gone up in like 30 odd years. the point is, the boy and the heron deserve to win over Across the Spider-Verse. Like to see Kid Cable X-Force win. Kid Cable is such a weird thing. He came in at the tail end of Bendis's X-Men stuff, right? Like near the tail end of when Bendis was getting ready to wrap up his X-Men stuff. That was a very weird thing. MJ Metal YouTube channel? Nope. Do not know that one. Is it someone who watched? Is it someone who's like who plays metal music? Is it someone named MJ who like just plays heavy metal? He makes hot sauce drinks. Ah. All right, that's a choice. Speaking of the Bendis X-Men, he totally fucked up Iceman's coming out. With pickle juice too. Pepsi with pickle juice and hot sauce. Yeah, it seems like the kind of thing that should put you off your appetite. That sounds horrible. Bar. Sure, that works. So I've recently had to start rereading the webcomic Unsounded. Pancakes with vinegar and sugar. I don't really do weird combo food. I don't think I really do weird combos with how finicky I am. Is that one a bit? Um so yeah, I used to read it, and then it hit a hiatus. And the hiatus went down long enough that I uh stopped reading it entirely, or like that I stopped checking it. And then it was fairly recently that I found out that it continued. But like I have no idea where the hell I left off. Peanut butter. I have not had peanut butter since I was a kid. Done that with online series. It's kind of fun because you can start over. Yeah, yeah, it's happens once in a while. Need to get back to my reread of Ogloff. I haven't read Ogloff. Yeah, I had started a reread of Ogloff, and I don't remember where I left off with that reread. So I need to get back to that one. Nice to eat when you're high, but the cottonmouth kills it. Yeah, as far as Unsounded, um, a horrible little chaos gremlin named Set uh, is on a job for her father to go visit one of her dad's kids who had set out on his own. Her father is like a crime lord. Her father's crime lord, so guys come. Oh, she is horrible. Set is just the absolute worst, and I love her. And yeah, so she is on a quest for her father to visit one of her dad's kids who had set out on his own in order to get him to pay his tribute to their dad. It's called Unsounded. And she's accompanied by um, a very well spoken spell crafting zombie who hates her because she is, again, the absolute worst. Adorably so, but just she's just hilariously terrible. It is really good art. It's actually it's being published by like physical like print copies are actually being published by Iron Circus Comics, which is actually crowdfunding books 3 and 4 right now. I'd support it if I had the money, but I can't really afford to support it right now, unfortunately. Hopefully they get themselves in concert. Oh, I mean they do. I'm pretty sure they're on the like, I'm pretty sure they do probably for years. I'm sure that for years they've been going to conventions. You know, the comic is popular enough to be getting published. You know, physical copies. There are libraries that stock it now, which is very exciting for them. Sometimes it's really hard to get good spots. Yeah. Hope I see them in the slide. Possible. I'm not sure where the cartoonists are based out of. Yeah, I'm not sure where, or the creator, not sure where she's based out of. So yeah, I'm on chapter 4 now. Nerd for coloring. Love how they set that. And they do some really interesting things as well. Like she does, I think the cartoonist does do some really interesting things as well. Yeah, like I said, I also need to get back to Ogloff. Love me some Ogloff. Softness to it, yeah. Something that's done well in a lot of digital art. Actually, out of curiosity, Catherine, have you ever read Ogloff? Not Olaf, Ogloff, Oglaf. And Catherine, I'm curious if you've ever come across that one, Catherine. If not, it is a mix of comedy and porn. Not like some strips are very not safe for work. That's about fantasy. I mean, a lot of it is poking fun at fantasy. A lot of it is poking fun at fantasy tropes. There's a lot of sort of satirical stuff. There's elements of sex farce. There's terrible puns. So many bad jokes. And yeah, so some of the strips are safe for work, some aren't. They actually like the index actually says whether a strip is safe for work or not. So far over 18, it's almost a joke. Yeah. Yeah, so like there is sort of for a little while there was a storyline involving a sorceress queen's apprentice and the torments she put him through. So there was a bit of a storyline off and on with that for a while. That ended up coming to an end. I don't think there's really any storyline anymore. One day version of the old Playboy comics. I mean, in some cases. A lot of recurring characters. There's a lot of recurring characters. But no real story anymore. There's also a lot of really, really bad jokes. And they've got like Playboy. Yeah, Playboy had comics. And like there's like hidden text. So like if you scroll over the the comic, there's sort of hidden text. Explicit, not grossly so, in line with the humor. I mean, some of it gets grossly explicit too. Some of it does get grossly explicit. I'm gonna get more water and then I'm gonna pee, so I'll be back in 2 minutes. Poke a lot of fun at different people's kinks. Yeah. And like I said, a lot of parodies of various fantasy tropes and characters. There's a recurring character who's very much a Conan the Barbarian knockoff or parody satire. One character like very much satire of Conan the Barbarian. Um, there's a Winter Queen. Who needs to be sexually satisfied in order to end winter. I really love the wish snake. Do I remember the wish snake? Not sure I remember the wish snake. It's possible that's a recent one that I haven't read. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't read that one yet, and then it's potion of deliciousness. Random hopping through archive, which is a completely valid way of reading that comic. I feel like. I also need to get back to reading the physical copies of Lore of Olympus that I've got, or Lore Olympus, Featherbow. Read book 1. I need to read books 2 and 3 of Lore Olympus so that I can do a review of it. Even though I've already read the whole series, read the whole comic. Brush teeth and get my husband. All right. Good night, Catherine. So I guess now it's just you and me, Uncle Buck. And Buttercup watching silently, presumably. Although my viewers just dropped down to 3. No, and hey, Shelly is still here. Good. Cool. Got silent for the geek talk, Shelly. Unknown territory. So, all right. So now that the geek talk's over, anyone got any topics? Anyone got anything else? Anyone here a fan of Jimothy? Yesterday was the 5th anniversary of your husband's. No. My mom's 18th year, my mother-in-law's 21. There's almost a different kind of laws. My iPad wouldn't turn on. I mean, also a tragedy, but my condolences on the various losses. One of your fave moments in Spirit Away stand out? I mean, there are a lot of good moments. Yeah, I mean, most of the movie, frankly. Look down the same way. Electronics not working is really annoying. You just love to watch it for the first time again? Probably. It would be great. But alas, it's not possible to watch something for the first time a second time. Unless I give myself brain damage. Heard you twice the first time. They were all expected to die. My iPad was not. Fair enough, fair enough. Celebrate good times. Come on. Yeah. Technology not working is really frustrating. It's been 5 years. When am I supposed to take off your wedding? I mean, I feel like you're not under any obligation to ever take it off if you don't want to. Hey, Scapegoat. Don't see you around here very often. Called your cat by my name. Yeah, that was definitely your mind telling you that you miss me. Did grab my plane and said you don't want this. Well, what were you eating? Maybe he did want it. What were you eating? Don't think Spirited Away was that old. No, it is. Came out in 2021 or 2001. Came out in 2001. Baked egg casserole with grilled chicken and tons of cheese in it. Yeah, okay. I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't want that. This is a new movie. I just feel that way about everything after year 2000. Yeah, once you get to a certain age, yeah. Had tomatoes in it too. But I didn't want to admit that. I mean, tomatoes are good. Definitely doing my. I'm browsing through Steam's Discovery queue. I'm finding nothing interesting. Got a new TV? Nice. Porn. No, no. I'm not clicking through porn. I'm not clicking through porn right now. Porn when it just stays open. Exactly. 25 tabs open to it. One to celebrate every year. There you go. Anyway, with that. Hey, Brooka. So, how's everyone? Does anyone have a good topic to talk about? Anyone have anything they want to talk about? Been fucked over by those Don's ill-fitting Yu-Gi-Oh shirts. Here's what you do. You challenge him to a Yu-Gi-Oh card game. You challenge him to a game of Yu-Gi-Oh. And then, while he's sitting there fiddling with his cards, you punch him in the face. And then when he's laying on the ground crying, you just be like, I win, bitch. What about that? Seeing if he wants to bring a friend to challenge him to a duel over me. And then you tell him, I would have kicked you in the nuts, but it's not like any woman's ever gonna procreate with you anyway. Loser. And then maybe you kick him in the nuts anyway. And play dominoes. Yeah, that's the real cool winners game. All the cool people play dominoes. Tonight cookout. Sounds good. Tonight, rice. Hulk smash your mom. That's one shopping about tons of shit. I didn't even look. Well, hopefully there's something good. You don't want to cook? Yeah, I don't blame you. Popcorn again? Yeah. Don't just eat popcorn again. Burgers were excellent last night. Gave it a maple. I mean, burgers are just good. Burgers are good. I like a burger. I like burgers. Can't go wrong with a good burger, you know? Getting Dollar General brand smash burgers, and they're actually so tight. Cooking 2 nights in a row sounds exhausting. It's how you get into habit of it, though. Yeah, getting into the habit of it is very beneficial. Not eating is a habit. Yeah, yeah, not eating can become a habit as well. A very bad habit to get into. You love busting wood. How many hours do I work this week? 0. No shift scheduled for this week. All right. Good night, Scriptgoat. Why is there? They just don't need me this week. Just the nature of the particular job I've got. I mean, I am looking for a steadier job. Next week I'll have hours. Next week I'll probably have pretty decent number of hours, I would think. But yeah, I mean, I have been looking for something, but I mean, it's very much a good fucking luck with that kind of thing. Just no jobs available. And the ones I am finding, I'm not, you know, I'm not good at sales, so you know, yeah, I'm not applying for sales jobs because I'm bad at those. I'm bad at that, so I hate doing sales. Unsolicited sales calls suck. Yep. Customer service opening at the LCBO. That feels weirdly inappropriate. Like, I'm a non-drinker. I don't know a red from a rosé, so like, what the fuck do I have to? The fact that I don't drink at all, it just means it feels like I'd be a bad fit. I feel like it'd be a bad fit for the LCBO. Considering the whole point of that job is liquor. Dishwasher? Pass. Dirty pizza. I mean, I like pizza okay. Boston pizza is pretty, like, it's very okay pizza. Like, it's very okay. It's not a particularly great place. It's not particularly high quality food. It's a chain. Anyway, yeah, I'll keep looking for something. Like I said, I'll keep looking for things. I don't really need your help, strawberries. I never asked for your help, so trying to think of anything else to talk about. My friend, I am funnier than Family Guy. Cooking more pork tonight. Nice. Back just in time for the end of the stream. Yep. Pork chops, pork roast. Not many bad ways to prepare pork. I mean, yeah, you can fuck it up, but a lot of good pork dishes. Pork butt. Yep. More like chops, smoking that bitch in the fire. Nice. That sounds real good. Man, it's been forever since I've been able to have something cooked over fire. What, 8 years now? A little over? Something like that. It'd be at least 8 years since I've had something cooked over fire. Since my mom moved out of her place, out of her old house. Because, like, couldn't exactly bring her grill with her. That used to be something we do a lot in the summer. My brother would make something on the barbecue, on the grill. Burgers or fish or whatever. Steak. That's not something we've been able to do for a long time. It's very sad. Fire is, of course, the best cooking method. Then your neighbor bring you a smoked shredded pork sandwich. been 5 years since I've had a good barbecue. Poor buggers. Yep. Poor being the operative word there. We did spit roast your mom last night. There you go, Buttercup. Good one. You're going to talk about the flight? I mean, I can't afford to hop a plane. Need to be smuggled in the baggage compartment. Came to Canada to hang with you? I don't know. I don't know. It might feel weird. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I know, Buttercup, but now I'm leaving. I'll be back tomorrow. Good night, everybody.